Hello, good evening, this is Diecast Loon. I hope you're all doing well. This evening's video is going to be a look at some of the vintage pieces that I picked up today after work basically. I finished my morning shift this morning and I had to pop into my local town, and they used to, which I completely forgot because of COVID, they used to quite often do like a market day and obviously have stalls there. And on my way back from that, I had to go and do some banking. On the way back I came across some stalls and others walking past. There was a guy there that was selling quite a lot of die-cast, and to be honest, he had some of the best die-cast. There was so much choice, you know, Matchbox pieces and lots of various bits and bobs. There was Johnny Lightning, there was premium stuff, there was everything. And to be perfectly honest, I didn't know what to pick up first. But anyway, so quite a pleasant surprise, and luckily I had some money on me, so I did pick some pieces up. Picked up some very good pieces. In my opinion, the pieces I picked up today are probably some of the best pieces I've picked up recently, or at least for the sort of vintage finds, and you'll see what I'm on about as the video goes on. But anyway, with that being said, we will get into it and take a look at some of the pieces I've picked up. And excuse me, the man did say to me that he does they do it on Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays, and weather dependent he does these markets. So I'll be definitely going back on Tuesday if the weather's good, because there was so much stuff there and at very reasonable prices. But anyway, so this is one of the pieces I got. It's pretty bashed and pretty battered, but it's a really interesting piece. It's obviously on the Mercedes, I think it's the 220. Let's have a little look. So yeah, Mercedes-Benz 220 SE, right? Made by a company called, I think it says Roadmasters Supercars. But it's just so well made. And yes, it is tatty. I won't be restoring this. I'm just going to give it a like I said I usually do, give it a warm water bath, thoroughly dry it with the hairdryer. But the shut lines, look, the doors, you wouldn't even think they open. It's missing, it's like I said, it's a bit battered, but it's all there. But for something that was probably made from the late 60s, possibly early 70s, the shut lines are just superb. You know, other die-cast companies, even premium stuff, haven't got shut lines as good as this. You know, obviously it's got an opening bonnet with a little engine there. Obviously there's an opening boot, so everything opens on it, which again, a lot of high-end premium stuff doesn't have that many opening parts. But it's just the quality, the shut lines of the doors. To be perfectly honest, I knew this had an opening bonnet when I picked it up, and an opening boot, but I didn't realise the doors opened as well. But anyway, it's a new piece I've never heard of, as Matchbox is my main interest. But like I said, I just thought it was different, and it was a couple of quid. It wasn't expensive, so I picked that up just purely out of interest. Then I got this, which is this little Renault 18, which again is an interesting little piece. It's like a bit like a rally car, or like a sort of bit like a, you know, a sort of a, what do you call it? Like a rally car, basically, like a. And again, it's made by a company I've never heard of. I don't even think I can pronounce it, if I'm completely honest. It is a Renault 18 GTS. It's made in Spain, and I think it says is that G. Garsville. Right. So I can't pronounce it. I will leave on the screen what it is, but again, I've never heard of it. It has opening doors, and obviously the door opens. But again, I won't be restoring this because it's interesting. I might just give it like I said, give it a clean up. You know, maybe re-chrome the wheels where they would have been chrome once, and maybe re-chrome this piece at the top. Give it a good clean. But because it's interesting, I'm not going to touch it, because like I said, it's unusual. When I actually looked this up, I couldn't initially find anything about it at first, but pretty cool. And it's almost majorette like, you know, it feels like a majorette. suspension on it. But again, it's a couple of quid. So, like I said, it's tatty, but interesting. And then we got this little Matchbox Citroen. I think it's a CX, I think. Matchbox Superfast Citroen CX. And it's in not bad condition. Again, bit of a clean. It will come up. Again, it wasn't expensive, that was £1. So that was the 3 old and bruised pieces that I picked up. And then we're going to go to a larger piece now, and then I'm going to save the best, in my opinion, for last. So we got this Corgitexaco. So it's a Texaco company. It does look like it's unopened. I'm not quite sure how old it is. I think it's a little look. So the GMC tanker, Texaco, but pretty cool. So there's some other bits you can get in the range. So I think this one is the 9004 GMC tanker. But anyway, you can see £4. So we'll have a go at opening it. Let's have a little look. And let's have a look. Can it come off? How easy can it come off? Right, it's one screw. But straight away out of the box, it's a weighty piece. Really quite substantially made. I'm just having a look around it myself. But what a piece. Yeah, really, really nice. Lovely, lovely old truck. But yeah, really, really nicely made. This is the first time I've had it out of the box. So it looks like you can see the tyre tread. I'll tell you what, let's get it off. Let's get it off the plinth and have a proper look at it. And there it is. And like I said, it's never been opened, or it's never been taken off its plinth, so it's in fantastic condition. I've looked on the bottom of the box. There's a copyright from 2001, so it's over 20-year-old. But it's a really cool piece. I'm really, really happy. I do like my fuel tankers and petrol tankers and anything related to fuel stations. I have quite a few large-scale replica American fuel pumps, which I don't think I've shown before, but I do like my fuel-related stuff. But it's just a really cool piece. So it just says Corgi GMC truck, and like I said, it's got the tyre treads, which is a nice bit, nice touch. And it's just a really nice looking truck, so that's really cool. Really, really happy with that. And it got some interior, so really cool. So obviously I picked that up. They also had lots of trucks there. They had some really cool trucks there. Just unfortunately there was just too much, if I'm completely honest, and I didn't have the time. But anyway, just before I left the guy, I come across the first of the pieces that I was really happy to come across. I mean, the condition of this is just outstanding. This is the Matchbox series number 64 MG 1100, made in England by Lesney. These were produced between about 66 and 69, this particular piece, and then they changed to super fast, because this is the standard wheel, or traditional wheel, we want to call it, in 1970. Now, these on eBay are fetching really good money. You know, you can pay well over £100 for one of these boxed. The super fast version usually is in a light metallic-y blue. I do have one actually in quite tatty condition. But these are cars that, see, I try to buy most of my cars if I can. I do buy stuff online from time to time. I've shown stuff that I've got online, but I always try to get a deal. And with these cars, I didn't want to pay the money that some of these are going for. And I got this for £5. And I haven't cleaned it. He had this in separate little baggies, but he had scores of cars. He had, you know, he had the Lamborghini Miura there on the original wheel from like the 1960s. He had what else did he have there? He had Lotus Europa. Oh, there was just so much that I wanted. So really happy. This is, you know, one of my favourite pieces in my collection of the Matchbox now. The condition is just so great, so good. And like I said, he had 2 or 3 there, but this was the best one I could find. But for the money, you know, brilliant. So very happy to see that. It's been a piece I've been after for quite a while now, but I just didn't want to pay the money for it, you know. So anyway, so that's that. And then the next piece I got was another piece that I wanted. And again, these are fetching as much as, you know, these can go up as much as £200 if they're boxed. But I got this. I got the Mustang. And it just says, look, U2, it's upside down again. Yeah. So it is made in England by Lesney, Matchbox series number 8. It just said Mustang. So it looks like it's based on the 64, I suppose, on the 65. Is it 64? Let's have a little look. I think it's the 65 Mustang. But really, really cool. And again, £5. And the only real damage that it has is it looks like somebody's, I don't know, poked a hole through the glass, which is a shame. But these are fetching good money. And I've only ever seen these in really battered condition. Not like this. The steering still works on it really nicely. Let's just get the steering straight. There we go. It does roll quite nice. It's got a bit of suspension. But like I said, I ain't fussed that it's not completely immaculate. But for you know, for a sort of vintage find, it's just brilliant. So these 2 pieces alone have made my week. I've had a really good week this week with vintage pieces, you know, going to car boot sales, picking up good stuff. I've had an RLC that I've got. I've had a really good week for diecast. Unbelievable stuff. You know, there's been a real big drought recently, and it's not just been here in the UK. It's been all over the world for all of us diecast collectors out there. But I've had one of the best weeks I've ever had. You know, picked up some nice pieces in superb condition, and picked up some unusual pieces as well. But that's so that's today's finds. I will be going back again Tuesday if the weather's good. There was some other pieces there that I wanted. Like I said, there was the Lamborghini Miura, which was in pretty much the same condition as this, and it really was like, oh, what do I get? There was a really nice super fast Lotus there. So, you know, and I ain't too worried about, you know, like I said, luckily for me, when I got to the guy, it was pretty much closing up time anyway. He was packing stuff away, so I'm pretty confident some of the cars that I left behind will be there. But with that, please like, share, subscribe. Stay tuned for hopefully many more vintage unboxings or vintage pieces. I'm running out of space for my vintage pieces, I must admit. Just come back, stay tuned for Monday's episode, because I've got quite a large haul of quite nice up-to-date Hot Wheels. But with that, I will see you all again soon. Thanks for watching.